All right, I think we are live. Okay. Uh, Maybe I could just Vite. All right. Guys, please just give me a minute. Uh, I'll be. I just need to add few things. I think. Uh, all right. Done. Now let's. can open the backend now, and on the here I will run this thing, and here I can run my backend. All right. Okay. Let me start a poll as well. Okay, now let's figure out one thing. Maybe I should okay, now let's add this Axios package. It will help us to do some calling to our HTTP server running. We'll mostly deal with this thing. Application JSON, body serialization. Okay, so it has this command, that is yarn add Axios. So we just add packages. Okay, so I'll do yarn add Axios. All right, Axios is added. Now maybe I could create some folder structure. How are we gonna do that? So we can have an API client that we can call. So maybe API client and here we can just maybe create user.ts, right? Now from here what we can do, but that will be right, so maybe we can just await we can say register user, and we are going to pass our form data, right? We can do that now. Or maybe if I go here on the API client and user.ts, maybe I could just say how many of you are aware with this syntax? How many of you are aware with JavaScript promises? So this is the signature to create a promise, right? So whenever I create a promise, I'll use promise class. So I'll say it will return a new promise, and this promise takes two basically it has two arguments or two behaviors of a promise. That there are multiple, I mean it could be pending as well, but mostly we'll deal with two things. So the res that you are seeing over here is called resolve. So a promise is, what we'll do with our promise is either we will have it resolved or we will have it rejected. So resolve, here the short for res is resolve, and for reject it's rej. All right, now it's async. Okay, now I can perform all the async operations of Axios over here. I will create Axios instance somewhere, I'll call it here, I'll just make a post request onto my server, and once it's if it's successfully, we have a success, then I'll resolve it from here, otherwise I'll reject it. Okay, so okay, then I can always do over here, and then I can reject it from here as well, like this. And on the when everything goes well, I'll say if everything goes well, I will resolve it with a response, or maybe a specific message or something like that. I'll resolve it from here. So for now I'll just resolve it with true, right? And this register user will have data. We can define its type over here, right? Somewhere on the, maybe we can create a type class where we will have all these things, right? So should we create that? I'll show you how to do that, right? So inside this, maybe we can create types, and we can create user dg.ts, right, inside type. And here I can just I can create so I need to double check all the variables over here. So I have I'm just making a template over here. All right, it's of type string, right? User email, it's a type of string. Is checked is bool. We have address as well, right? String. What else do we have? Maybe we can say user it refers to a type. Alright, cannot find, maybe it's a boolean. Okay, what else do we have? We have a username, we have user email, we have is checked, and all of this thing. Okay, it says it is defined but not used. So we can define the type. Its type as user reg, that we will fetch it. All right. We have username, user login is checked. We have sec as well. Sec string. What the fuck? Sorry. Why my keyboard is trucking, man? Am I just using up my resources? No, my CPU is only used up to 26%. Then what happened? Why is this cooked? What the hell happened? Oh, I think it is due to my key. No, okay, I can use my key, but I cannot type, is it? No, I can. Possibly this window is crashed, I think. Maybe I can, yeah. Alright, so it says data is never used. Maybe I can just try it over here and see if I can access. the data. Okay, after some time I can just resolve this thing, maybe after some timeout, right? After maybe 5 seconds I can just resolve. Guys, am I doing it correct? Any idea if I am doing it correct? Do you know why set timeout? What does set timeout, I mean, like what it does? Set timeout and set interval difference. So after 5 so this is in milliseconds, so after 5 seconds, basically 5000 milliseconds, this promise will be resolved. So I'm just replicating the API operation over here. Om ye wale, hello. So I'm just replicating the API time. Alright, maybe I should not do it here. Let me just .tsx. Maybe I could just I can say const response is this, and if response, I can just maybe I can just do this, and if not, I can say totally look same as JS. Yes. Okay, so maybe now let's not over here. Hello Neoflux, hello Amol. I'm making front-end for my backend that I have written in Rust using Actix Web. Using Actix Web framework, I created a CRUD application in Rust. Now I'm writing a front end, to make it end-to-end. Okay, it says data is declared but not used. Maybe I could just I'm a game developer using C#. Okay, noise. I have worked with C#, but not as a game developer. I was in my initial days. I was working as a .NET engineer. Like I worked as a software engineer using C#. Build most of the backend system though. So are you working on Xamarin or something? Noise. No, I didn't get the opportunity to work in C++. So I don't know C++. Check what kind of data is coming from backend. Check its structure. Yep. Yes, sir. By the way, where are you from? I am from Uttarakhand, India. Where are you from, Neoflux? I am from Uttarakhand. Amol Yadav, why not Next.js? I'm also in developer, but here no one care of any developer. Yeah. Okay, why not Next.js? Just like that. Didn't think about that. I thought using React should be good. I did that. But why Next.js? I mean, why Next.js? So we'll see after 5 seconds maybe. All right, so let's just export it. Put it over here. What does it says? It says argument. Oh, all right. Let's go. It's type that we declared. Username, user email is checked, address, SEC. What else? These things are there, right? It's my official account of my studio, Neoflux Studio. Okay. Any of your popular developments? Not very popular, but on the GitHub repo that I pinned, I have created there is a repo called file watcher. So basically it started as a file watcher, but then I added like network scanning for, that will check for DDoS attack or SYN-flood attacks, like the possible DDoS and SYN-flood attacks. I added that part as well. Then I also added a process monitor in it, like any process that is running on my system, I can check it. I can filter it, like which process is using the maximum storage, maximum CPU, or if the process that's running on my system, is it from the set of any suspicious process like miner or any data dumper. So I did that. Not very. Do you know? No, never did that. But I am thinking to get those things, like get my hand dirty on these things as well, because times are changing. All right, Indian needs, yeah, correct. India needs everything of its own, everything. its own mailing system, its own operating system, everything. We need to have something homegrown. Yeah, so not just on GPT but everything basically, because who is too far as in yeah. Yeah, but at least we should have something running. I mean, you know, something that is widely accepted. I'm not very sure if there is something already, running. uh, if it's, then it's a good thing, but if it's not, then again, I mean, in these times, all you should have at least, things are getting isolated very oftenly. So alright, I have 5 elements over here: username, user email. Then why the hell is this thing complaining? Let me just stretch it. Is not assignable to the parameter of type, argument of type, this thing. User login. This is the issue. Alright, so this form data is of type user login, and this user login I will pass in on register user, and this accept parameter that is of type user registration that I created. Now let's see if after 5 times are we able to see this thing. Need C++ to create OS. Yes, of course. Rust can be widely used too. I mean, not against of C++, but I mean, this is the fact. C++, yes, it is indeed needed to create an OS, but so as Rust. I know as this code you are doing is same as is same, so okay. I know as this code you are doing is same. Okay. Thanks for subscribing, Neoflux. Nice talking to you. Amazing. Thank you, buddy. Bye, Neoflux. Bye. Have a good day. Okay, we need to run this thing. 3. Okay, it's already running. Let's open this thing. Maybe if I can see after sign up, we'll wait for 5 seconds, then we should see the logs. Omar, hi. Hello Omar, how you doing? So guys, I really appreciate if you can do the polls that I generated. It will be really helpful, so I can just have the metrics that I can follow, so I will really appreciate if you guys can do the polls. that's all right. No need to think about anything. Just do the polls whatever you are feeling. Either just visiting, that's okay. If you're visiting, I can see most of the people are visiting here, so that is okay, no problem. You can motivate me by liking this stream, or come on chat, let's talk. And the people who are just going for never gonna do it option, then I would really appreciate your views of what is not going right with the stream. So maybe you guys can also come on chat and improve me. So I mean, there should be a reason. Okay, now let's hit sign up and we'll see if I can get the data after that set timeout I just did. Maybe I should not going to check it. Let's see. Sign up, wait for 5 seconds, and I should see the log over here. Amazing, I'm seeing the log 2 times. One is data, one is form data, so maybe I have written the logs 2 times. So I think this is working. This is working. So one is data. If I close this thing, I already have this form data. Okay, so remove this thing. Some error occurred. Okay, so it's occurring 2 times because I already have it, the logs 2 times. Okay, now let's just so this is fine. Now let's search on to this thing, how we can configure our Axios. Okay, maybe I could just so guys, I have pinned my GitHub repo, so maybe you guys can follow me there as well. So we checked few things, Axios API. Alright, so we have this thing, right? Method, URL, response type. Then we can consume it using then and all of these things. Maybe Axios instance. Yeah, let's do this thing. So we'll create something like this. Okay, so I can have headers over here. base URL instance I have, and method and headers. So if I let me just go back, interceptor. Okay, so I have method URL, and response type. Okay, let's go. Maybe I can have request defaults. Right, so here maybe I can create headers that are going to be default for request. So I can say I have headers, so maybe I can just this was it, right? Where was it? We just saw it earlier on the minimal example thing, right? Was it there, or was it this one? So you see, whenever I do something like any get request or post request, I'll have to pass some default things to it, right? Like the header. So this header, if I copy this thing, I try to type it by own, but just to avoid mistakes, I'll just what the hell man, what the hell, I'll just do this. Okay, now these are the headers that I will pass. Maybe I will also pass with credentials, that is going to be true. This will be also my defaults. Now we need to set up some base URLs as well, right? What else do we need? We need a URL also. So we need a base URL, and we already have this thing on the headers, and then we can always do our data like this, right? And yeah, await Axios dot post, we can do that. On the request, on the user TS, I have this thing. So on the in place of set timeout, I will just I will use this Axios dot post method. I'll return a promise, then I will do a post method where I will pass the URL, and I'll pass the headers, and I will pass the data as well. So we will do that. So let's for now, for everything to just test, I'll say await Axios dot post. We already have some things to check the status as well, right? So let's do that thing first. So I'll say get I'll have this thing over here. Let me remove this thing. So once I have this thing, I have either then, right, or I have either catch. So on the catch I'll have error over here, and here from here I can just reject it. I'll say this is the error, or maybe I'll have something like that. Alright, in case of error I'll reject it, and once I just have the successful data, I'll have a response. Let me call it response. Then I will just resolve it. So I'll just resolve it true for now. Okay, let me just make underscore, and what can we do over here is localhost, and what is the port that is running in? It is 6002, listening on this thing, right? 0.16002 API v1 check status. I think we have created some kind of these things, right? Then here I'll have to pass Axios headers, right? Request defaults. So maybe I could pass this. Do we have any error? It says data is never used. So currently on the button click, I will just validate if I'm able to contact the backend running. So maybe I could just see. Okay, I have API v1 and check status, so that is good. API v1 check status, it will be a GET request, I think, right? Yes, it's a GET request. It will do a check health. It will also check a status from the database as well, whether I can fetch, whether the database connectivity with PostgreSQL is being created or not. So let's see. On click of now this submit button, it will check the status, and I should see the response over here. I should see the status over here. Amazing. Now let's hit refresh. GK hi sir ji. GK hello sir ji. GK GKKG, what's up? How long did Brendan, how long did it take you to learn everything? I mean, I'm not sure how long it will take for me to learn everything, because everything is very broad term. So I don't know how long it will take for me to learn everything. To learn this thing, what I'm doing currently, it's still evolving. I'm just learning. So the timer is still. I'm using PostgreSQL. Postgres. So Brendan, the time is still ticking. So I'm still in learning phase. Alright, now let's Awad, hello. Hello, our learning Woo will make React easier to learn. Learning JavaScript will surely make React easier to learn. It's still taking for me to. I only know HTML, CSS, Tailwind, and JS, but not React yet. You should learn React if you wanna know React. Yeah. Yes, Brendan. I think, yeah. Okay, so but you did the hard part, right? You did the CSS, Tailwind. So it's the hard part. Now it will be very smooth. Okay, now let's what I did, I'm just checking the connection. I already created an API endpoint to check the status of database. So when I click sign up, it will just hit that get request, and we'll see if our Axios is able to do that. It's a get request. So if I sign up, I'm getting an error. Can't access the property data. First of all, it's some silly mistake. Secondly, one thing is it's a cross origin, so I think it is due to the course policy. It says this is missing, so I need to enable this thing on my backend into the allowed origin, right? So I need to do that. The front end that I'm running on, it's on port 5173, it's on HTTP, it's localhost. So I need to configure this URL into the allowed origin config of my backend, that Rust server. That is something reasonable to do, but one thing that I did something very silly over here is it says cannot access the property data, and the issue is on user.ts line number 16. So maybe I can only return this thing. So, or maybe I can do now this data error should be gone. Uncaught, in promise, undefined. All right, ftSX32, that is good. Yes, you can do that, but I'm just passing the error so that I can catch it to show on the. Do you mean res? No, if I get any error, I'll reject it. If it's okay, then I'll resolve it true. If there is some error, then I'm going to reject it. So currently I am having error over here because of course, so I should reject it from here as well. Does it make sense? I mean, or maybe are you trying to convey something else? Okay. Do you use pre-built components, bro? If I worked as a full stack developer, will the company let me make all front-end components or use pre-styled one? It's good to have a tool, the things that you're learning, HTML, CSS, Tailwind, or you have mastered them. It's a good thing, it's a must-have thing. So it depends. You can take it like every other company that you will work for will definitely give you the fresh components, and then you will have to make it from the scratch. So I'll mostly bet on that most of the company or whatever organization that you will work, they will they will let you make all the front end components instead of using any pre-styled ones, because using a pre-styled component you don't have any control. I mean, you will have some control, but not you basically those component will have their own thing and you cannot do things about it. But if you make it from your scratch, then you will have full control on the components. So I think they will make let you make the components from scratch. I did both, but if I have to save time and the component is not very complex, easy to make, then I use pre-built components. But if a component is something else, like complicated, and it's very fresh, very new, then I mean I cannot even if I wanted to, I cannot use any pre-built component, because it will only waste time to adjust with that. Then I'll have to choose to go from scratch. Hello Lemon, what's up? I mean, it all depends on the on the timeline. If it's not too tight, they will definitely ask you first of all that what's your timeline. Then you can give the timeline according to your skill set, that maybe if the component can be made in, let's say if in 1 hour, you give 2 hour, 1 hour for worst case scenario, it's a buffer. So they don't have anything, but if it's a strict timeline, then I'm not sure how much time they will give. It all depends on the timeline. You don't have to worry anything about it. I mean, are you working somewhere, Brendan, or you are just Preston? Yes sir. Why are you doing async like that? And why are you hard coding the URL? Hard coding the URL just to check my connection, because it's just a status check. It's not a full blown prod grade thing. The URL will be on env, and the endpoints, the suffix endpoint will be on a separate constant file. So we'll do that. And I don't understand what you said. Why are you doing async like that? Not yet working, brother, but I want to try to get a junior position of learning React, also still making my problem and making sure it's good. Okay. Okay. Returning a promise instead of an asynchronous function. Yeah. Okay, Brendan, that is good. So any projects that you are working on currently? Okay, so I think you don't have to worry about the timelines right now. It's all, aligns, everything aligns once you get into the uh, system. So okay, you said returning a promise instead of an asynchronous function. So I mean, what is the issue with returning a promise? I mean, I is there any catch? I mean, if I just use a export const async register user, then use await Axios, and then doing that and doing this thing, returning a promise, it's usually just doing async await. So no, I think when I started this function, I started with saying that this is how you make a promise. I mean, I started with this thing that, are you guys aware of how to create a promise? This is the syntax of creating a promise. Once you create a promise, it will have several states, reject, resolve, and something like that. Yeah, so it was for that. But I just don't see the catch if I do a export count async register user and if I return a promise. I didn't think of it. Maybe it's a good thing to okay, this is change request complete. Okay, now let's go on our backend. Let's see, we were doing something with our allowed origin part, right? So here on the Actix web, on the Rust backend, I have fetched a variable from env called allowed origin. So I need to update this thing because I just did a 3000 port over here, so absolutely this is not going to be picked up as a allowed origin. Let's fetch our env file. I can show my env file, there is nothing to hide in it. Okay, the allowed origin is 127 blah blah blah, this thing, but I think I need to replace it with this thing, right? So maybe I can just oh, what's that? What is that? 5173 localhost 5173. all right, did that. Close this thing, go over here. Now let's see what happens. Let's monitor network tab. XHR only. Alright, check status, codes missing, delete this thing. If I do a sign up again, alright, It is going good. It is succeeded. What? The same origin policy disallows reading the remote resource H. Reason course header is missing. Status code 200. What is the problem? On my status I can see, on my network tab I can see all good. I can see a response of okay from the server, but I can see a error on my front end. Origin is 5173. Okay, what is that? How guys, have you ever experienced this thing? Network tab is saying okay, response I'm getting from the server is okay, but my console says a different story. Okay, this could be some silly mistake, I know. Let's not do this. A cross origin request blocked. The same origin policy, what does that mean? Okay, now this is now uttering out, but I can get the response okay. Course missing allow origin. What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing, guys? Maybe we can check our backend. Maybe we are missing something. So here I have codes.default, then I have allowed origin. I already fetched it. Maybe I could just add this thing over here as well. The 7.0.0.1 port 5173. Let me just do this thing as well. Six 002. let's refresh this thing. No, it says course missing, right? Same origin policy 602. Let's do some changes on this thing. I have allowed origin, I have supports credentials, a max age. So instead of send wildcards, maybe I can allowed header. So instead of now it says allowed header, right? Here I can allow some header. We need to just check one thing though. Text web, let's go on this documentation. So our implementation is completely different from this, from the documentation of Actix web. They have like cluttered everything over here, but we used separation of concerns, you know. I have a separate file for routes, separate file for middlewares, and like that. I'm just checking how can I add the headers on this thing. So oh no. Okay, Brandon, what type of projects do you recommend to get hired? No landing pages, right? Maybe dashboard or NPOS system. Yeah. Yep. No landing pages. Yeah, correct. Any dashboard that has some complex thing going on the back end and on the front end, that is good, because the question will arise only from your project. So any dashboard with a complex, not very complex, but at least some basic things that shows that your concepts are clear, that thing. So header, do we have utils? We don't have constants, right? rs. So let's do one thing. Let's say public const headers, right? I'll say header. Why I'm not getting header? I need it from, I think, Actix. Just because I didn't add it on the mode.rs. Okay, pub mode. maybe it will pick it up now. Header from Actix web and header name. So let's return this thing. It will be header authorization. All right, header accept, header content type. So maybe just add a semicolon over here. So this will be our headers. If I close this thing, I can use function. Instead I can just say utils constants headers. In the same way, what does it saying? The trait is not satisfied. Trait is not satisfied. What does that means? I have a utils, a constants and headers, and this is the constant, right, that I'm returning. It's of type this thing.
What's the issue?
We'll build it, don't worry. Allowed methods, so we will have something around like this. We'll have something like this as well, methods. So over here I can create a method as well. So I'll say public const methods, and it will return a response of methods, but this method should be from the Actix web. Amazing. Now I just need to format this thing. What could be the method, right? So I'm just making the template get, basically allow everything. So get, post, put, patch, delete, right? So I'll say get, I'll say methods. Is it method dot get, method dot post, method put, delete, patch. So get, post, put, delete, patch. Maybe use a semicolon. Now let's, methods is done, right? What does it says? It says I have a headers and I have a header name, and this thing. Are we getting an error over here? It says unsatisfied trade bound. It doesn't compile. Unsatisfied trade bound. Use Actix. Maybe I can just It's a header or headers, allowed headers I think. Alright, now I have attached the headers and allowed methods on the server as well. Now let's see. I think we are getting no error. Now let's see if we can just contact without any error. If I do a sign up, I'm still getting this thing. Response body is not available to scripts. Course missing allow origin. Axios. What the heck is this? Can I do something like this? Will that be okay? See, it says auth code. It's a success. Check status auth code. Wait a minute. Why auth? I mean, why is this being called? Why is this being called? Why is this being called? I have a header value. What if it's a status check request and I don't have any header value? Then it will directly call the next thing. Yeah, that is good. That is good. No problem. No problem on this thing. All right, I updated the env now. All set. Now let's see what happens. Maybe I should refresh this as well. Hard refresh. Let's do a sign up, and it's okay. Getting nothing. Everything is resolved. All good. It's good. So I'm getting the status check is awesome. I'm getting the status 200, status text okay. Need to do few things. I'm getting all these things from the backend. I'm getting the data. All right, so my main purpose is this. My whole sole purpose is to fetch this data. So I'll say response dot data. Here I can see now, if I filter this string, I have the data. Oh, sorry. Maybe I could just again sign up. So I'm getting this thing: message okay, results okay, status okay. Maybe instead of okay, I could return something. Maybe I can just say server is healthy and running, right? Let me just do it again. Sign up. No. now I'm getting the message, server is healthy and running. Okay, so it means we are able to make our connection. Now let's replace this thing. We'll not use get now, we'll use post request. Post request has something. Now I have header, right, and I have config, content type with credential and all these things. But now I need my data as well. I have a URL and I need my data. So how do I pass my data over here? Let's go on the Axios documentation, and what it does after this thing, it uses this thing, right? This is fine. It is just, it's a multi-part form data. How about document.query selector? Can I just in between these things, can I say, can I just pass data? Okay, are you worried about AI, bro? Do you think AI will replace us developer in future? No. No.
हेलो चाय नहीं मम्मी
Okay. Don't worry about that. No, AI won't be able to do anything. It will only improve us. So don't worry about it. Amazing, guys. I need one favor. So you have to opt for polls. Do that. This is the metrics that I care about. So do and vote for whatever options you are seeing on the poll that I created. That will be really helpful. So it has nothing to do with subscribing and all. It is just you know, just a poll. You don't have to, you know, subscribe and then say yes and no. Whatever state you are in, just give the poll. Okay, so I mean, I was just lost that you know what if it's true and AI will replace us? uh, First of all, it is not going to happen, and if that is going to happen, then always be prepared for a plan B, you know. Okay, now let's do one thing. You must have seen this thing while we were on the Axios documentation. Whenever we create an instance, you see, this is the Axios that we are doing. We have a method, we have a URL, we have a data, and we do, you know, pass the get and post request to it. You must have heard or see one thing, that how do we create an instance. So if I go on the Axios instance, you know, I can do something like this: Axios dot create, right, something like this. And inside this I can pass base URL, headers, blah blah blah, timeout, whatever we can do. We already have that thing. If I go into headers, I have headers, I have with credentials. I don't have base URL though, so maybe I can just give is it correcto base URL. All right, so maybe I could just have something. Guys, don't worry, it will all go on env file. All right, I'm just testing one thing. 0.1 it's on port 6002. We have API and we have v1, right? This is our base URL. Let me just add a comma. Okay, correct. Now this is our base URL. On the API client, you see, I can create something like this. So if I go on to this thing, you can see I can use axios.create. This is the instance, right? So what I can do, I can say const on the very top of the file, I can say const API equals axios.create, and inside this create I can pass my config. Actually I need to replace the name from headers to Axios config, right? Close this. I can say Axios config, right? Let me remove this thing. Okay, so Axios config, I have created the API. Now what I will do, if I need to create a post request or something, I'll just simply say API dot post. Here I only need to pass this thing, check status, correct, and I'll have a data. That's it, no overhead of headers and all. I can only say either get check status, or maybe I need to check the API is called API v1 / users / register. So it will be something like users / register, right? And the data will be there. I have a data. So you see how easy was it and how beneficial was it to create a separate Axios instance using an API. Using this API keyword, I can directly call post. Now earlier I had the overhead of adding the header along with it, right? If I use Axios dot post, now with the Axios dot create function, I can, you know, give a base URL, a header, all the necessary configuration onto this, and I have this API instance created. With this API instance I can directly call this thing and wait for whether if it's a success or a error. Okay, now let's first of all check if I'm able to call my register API. So I was able to call get, but let's see if I'm able to call post as well. So print ln so let's see if I can call the payload. Hopefully I'll not get any ownership errors. No. Alright, I should be seeing a payload over here when I just hit enter from the details when I fill in. Maybe I should refresh this. Alright, so here I will just add this thing. I'll have okay. If I do a sign up, I should see few details on the terminal. First of all, network post request, I think it is erroring out. It says app user does not exist. Classic. Dude, actually I just set it up Arch and I created database. I created a user on that database. I connected, grant all the permission to that user, make the test database, make the connectivity from the backend, but I forgot to create the table. So I'm getting this from the database. It says app user doesn't exist. App user doesn't exist. Amazing. I'm getting the payload right over here. Register user, username Vipin Joshi, secret, address, and the login. So it means we are able to make our API call, post API call. So that is a good thing. Now I need to just add app users table on the database, and then it's all done. I should be seeing my jot token on the client side. So I think what time it is. What made you interested in learning Rust, bro? Dr. Daniel, hello, hi. Nothing. I was just fascinated about all these, working as a backend dev. So it just added. I think another thing that could possibly motivated me would be the scope of Rust. Very vast. Like impacting on each of the levels of the programming tech world, be it embedded, web, or anything. So yeah, this was the motivation. So guys, I think we have been live from around like 1.5 hour. Hello, why not Emacs? I don't know. Pizarro, thanks for coming though. So I think I will take your leave now. Thank you everyone whoever came, and I really appreciate whoever voted. Thanks a lot guys. Thank you. It was nice talking to you, Brendan, Dr. Daniel, Pizarro, if I'm missing someone, anyone, everyone. So yeah, thanks Brendan. So I was saying the thing on our agenda is to create a Axios config connected database is done. So we have covered the first template issue, or every first obstacle, that create a template on the front end, connected it to our database, get and post request. Now it will be easy. Everything is easy now. Now we only need to create screens, send the data to the database, fetch the data, show the data on the screen, and our CRUD app will be done. Okay, so yeah, so today's agenda is done. After the in the stream, on my day's stream, I we told that we will do this, so it is done. Next time what we'll do, I'll add a table app users and we will register and login user. Maybe we can create a centralized state management thing, maybe any Redux or something like that. We'll do that, so that will be for next time. Okay guys, bye, see you later. It was nice talking to you. Bye guys.